You know, something mysterious did in fact happen, and this mist is pretty mysterious. So, splitting from the group that we were apparently in was a pretty good idea in the long run. Way easier. You can watch last episode of what we collect from the beginning, but I learned a lot since then. So gathered our supplies and rushed up to the nearest watchtower because they have a lot of good materials that can be claimed as a base. I want to gather as much as I can, and I know I'll claim this tower, but down the road we will instantly find an even better tower, and you'll see why shortly. Got a couple small things from here, like some bike chains and scissors, and well, actually that's pretty much it. Other than a bed, it's really bland. Rushed out and found a nice little cabin with an RV. Small and easy to loot, which had pencils, which if you don't remember, pencils are extremely important to have. But this place also had a bow. This is insane to have early on because all you need is a quiver and a lot of sticks for basic arrows. We now have a long-range weapon, and this weapon is useful in any other person's hands but my own. Only a hop, skip, and jump away, we loot this sedan that had a whole-ass meal planned for us. Huge score early on, even some booze, so that's gonna be quite lovely in the apocalypse. Not only does it help numb the pain of being alive, but also can be crafted into Molotovs and actually can help with injuries. A little ways up the road, a wreck has occurred, but instead of helping the poor soul, we gotta get them mats. You still alive, buddy? Ah, you'll be fine. See, he is gonna be A-okay. Just look at that smile. Since we saved him, we obtained a random item and the ability to trade, but it is useless for me right now. But what isn't is he gave up a SWAT helmet. I have no idea what is wrong with him to drop such a valuable item. But you know what? Better on my head than on his corpse, so we take these wins. We traveled down to the local town's convenience store to pick up toilet paper and some bottles. But what I found instead was more than I bargained for. Yes, you in fact did see that correctly. This is a double-barrel shotty on day 1. I will spill some beans though. 9 times out of 10, the shotgun will be found in this store. Just a little tip for you survivalists out there wanting to get a gun in your hands, but there's no gun shop. Just go to your local grocery store. I am sure they will have one. We collected some more useful items like this canister that can hold 2.5 pounds of precious water and a few other materials as well. I didn't want to be caught outside getting too comfortable because the game isn't called the MistSurvival for nothing. But here we found our new home, a way better watchtower. This bad boy was kitted out with a pre-built workshop and with storage cabinets and a cooking station down below. This is a must-stay if you go on any apocalyptic vacation. With this made and found for us, it has opened up so many possibilities for crafting and living. A huge jump that you can't possibly understand until you play the game yourself, which I highly encourage you to play this. It is a very fun must-buy game. With our newly found potential, I crafted a quiver which can hold one type of arrow right now. But we have a silent means of killing. Thanks to how long it took, the mist crept up quickly up to my doorstep, but this time we are safely above the horrors. I would be bored stuck here, but learned that I could have just slept on the ground anywhere I wanted to by pressing the 7 key, or of course just craft more things to speed time by. But seriously, I never knew this option, and for about an hour or so in real life time, I would just wait for the mist to go away or for night to finally go away. It is a real pain and a real pleasure to finally find out that I can skip time without the need to find a bed. Or of course, just use a lawn chair I saved from the ground. And look at that! The stinky air is gone, and it appears that I had a brand new axe next to the doorway this whole time. Decided to scavenge the burned bodies of the mist and found a potato. Spoiler alert, I never got to use it for gardening. After some much needed cleanup, I wanted to loot this vehicle, but realized there's a driving animation. And then I also realized this thing can be repaired, which means we have a future goal. We can repair this SUV. I wasn't really expecting visitors today, but here we are. A bear has traded into my yard, and look, without a reticle, I don't seem to understand where to aim my bow at, so I apologize in advance. You were gonna see some poor aim, but hey, it worked. The bear ran away, so +1 for me. Let's go. It finally got late, so I found some sticks and made some wooden arrows to utilize for my new bow. With my newly founded bow, I thought I'd try some hunting and went after the local wolf population, but just watch how that went. it went as well as you'd expect it to have gone using bows. So that'll be a challenge for me. But what shouldn't be challenging is hitting that like button. 10 likes is the goal for this video, and if we hit that 10 like goal, I'll drink bacon soda. Last video we hit that goal easily, and so that's one challenge added to my belt. Let's see y'all hit another one. Now here is something weird I discovered. Sometimes throughout the day, this base that is in the middle of the road is just full on abandoned. I crept around for a while, still out of caution, but the whole place is just empty. It was very unnerving. Of course, I took this opportunity with stride as I ransacked the place, wondering what they were guarding so heavily on. And I found plenty of useful items like filtration systems, bullets, lots of medications, and it's just so much more. I really regretted ever coming here with a full inventory. The amount of stuff these bases would have is extremely helpful for a lone survivor like myself. But daylight was draining and I had to evacuate before I get caught naked in the mist. But instead of heading straight to Salvation, I went to this old western town that's on the way to the tower. This place was filled with valuables and vehicle parts. Now a catch about this town is it's heavily guarded by these things called seekers. Freaky little things and fast too. Doesn't burn in the sun either and takes a good beating. It only spells disaster. I heard it coming after I opened the door and was freaking the hell out. Heart was racing and blood pumping. Plus, they hit like a truck. So I weaved around through the store and got the damn thing stuck and just ran off. My life wasn't worth a roll of duct tape. After a refill at headquarters, we set off back to the big road blocking bandit camp, where again, they are nowhere to be seen. So I took my chance and ransacked the place a second time for valuables. I need batteries badly, and I wouldn't mind a weapon either. Don't know what military components are really used for, but it sounds extremely important, so obviously I took it off their hands. I doubt they'll be needing it anyway. There seems to be a military crate in the back of this vehicle as well, so if I come back with a crowbar or lockpicks, I hope I will get some really good stuff inside. I am kind of hoping for a hunting rifle, because I already have a couple rounds for it. And hunting rifles, and long range, and also being in a tower, I think you can put 2 and 2 together. I am unbelievably glad I left because I had to take shelter in this cabin thanks to the mist appearing out of nowhere. I would have become another lost soul wandering the fog if I'd stayed there any longer. I had a little snack and regrouped myself before resting through the fog. I am not ready to wander out there just yet. Woke up and chose the nomad life. Ain't going home just yet because I found myself in a junk oasis with metals and cars right for the scavenging. Components and scrap metal will be your friends to craft anything like, I don't know, a crowbar? After trying to make space for this advanced metal, a wolf with no honor attacks when his opponent is distracted. But my sharpened machete put the mutt down. Hey, look. Somebody! I just don't seem to learn my lesson, but this time it isn't my fault. I heard no noises coming from here, and bam, big baddie running out, chasing me, and you know, he kinda hurts a little. He does not tickle. Thanks to that, I decided to peer around very quickly and see about 3 just standing there idle. And I had to prepare myself for a fight, because they burn in the daylight and they will chase anything that moves or catches their eye. So, if I could just quickly bam them, then we will be fine. Yes, I do have a high-powered revolver. I would show where I got it from, but the footage decided to bleep out. It just not work, which is a real shame. But this gun, when I first found it, I was shocked and I was so amazed. I know where a lot of the revolver ammo are around the map that I left behind. So I used this to quickly clean out the rest of these guys. And you know what? It's kind of funny just seeing them burn. And this one didn't have any idea what was happening to him, and then he just kind of died. So I hope what they were guarding was worth killing for, because this is really dangerous even if I seem somewhat prepared. Yeah, no, nothing of real value was here, other than a bunch of ammunition, some drinks, a Pepsi Cola, a little snack here and there. I don't understand what they were guarding. There's nothing here of value, or at least of serious value, like you say, a weapon, armor, or literally anything better than just a couple rounds, maybe a granola bar. Hey, it gives a slight taste of what's to come when I encounter any more of these things out in the wild, or even in an enclosed space like a barn or the house. So, I learned something, at least. Yeah. After ransacking the neighbors and pretty much the whole neighborhood, I finally went home. We're back at the watchtower, but I have a broken ankle thanks to dropping maybe 3 inches later down the road. And of course, I had a stomach issue that lasted for a good half an hour. So none of that was fun, but the journey and the people I met along the way was the real treasure. And if you say people, I mean the monsters, okay? I met them. It really isn't much of a treasure, but it's something. I did a whole lot of organizing, and I decided to craft a whole lot of items because now I have the materials to do so. And with this free workshop, I didn't have to have the worry of hassle to even build it. Now, thanks to creating a bunch of nails that took about an hour, the mist is here. But doesn't matter. I could just mist it all away by sitting up here in my tower and continuing to build things because they can't touch us anymore, baby. The most important thing to make, of course, would be this crowbar, because the next video that we make on this, we will see what's in the locker in one of the other towers. We're going to see what's in that military crate that is sitting in the back of the truck, hopefully when there's no bandits around. And we're going to go and we're going to raid that western town. I'm going to get a lot of ammunition, and we're going to go out there and make some noise. Every day we get stronger, and every day we get better. Now, if you enjoy a more cut up version of this content, comment down below what you like about it. And if you don't, just tell me that you want to have more longer versions. I will gladly show everything that happens throughout the day, but a lot of it is really boring. But for now, the next video that shows up is the first taste we got of surviving the mist.